Hi, I'm Joan Newcomb, and today's morning musings is unconsciousness. I'm doing a series of daily morning musings, and I'm using posts from my blog, Adventures in Density and Effort, as inspiration. Now, I wrote these a while back, and the world has completely transformed since then. So if I encounter anything that is out of date, I will interrupt myself and give you the most recent information. If necessary, at the end, I will summarize the topic based on what's going on in the world today. Also, I have some special offers, so stay tuned to the very end to see what they are. Unconsciousness. When I walk my dogs, I make it a point to connect with consciousness. It seems easier to do on a rural road. Trees especially come into focus, and I'm aware of the energy of consciousness, which communicates, reflects, and informs. The other day I was musing as I walked about how everything is consciousness. So what about the stuff that doesn't feel good? What about unconsciousness? On this physical plane, there is separation. There's duality. So we can think about what is consciousness and then feel that there are things that aren't. For instance, I'm aware of an energy field which I perceive as darkness that I used to consider created by the collective unconscious. It's composed of all the negative thoughts and feelings ever experienced. I notice people with alcoholism in their background are tapped into this field, and people who are active alcoholics or drug addicts are especially vulnerable and usually immersed in it. I'm also aware of other people in my reality that feel frustrated, powerless, unhappy, or disconnected. As a natural empath, I can be particularly susceptible to other people's emotions. I used to think that their feelings were mine, and I could be easily knocked off my path by them. It's so rare when this happens nowadays that when I catch myself thinking, wow, I haven't felt this way in years, it's a clue that I'm experiencing somebody else's reality. But if it's all consciousness and we're all one, how can that be? An analogy that's coming up for me is that it's all music, but on this physical plane, there are different instruments that make up the orchestra and different notes that make up the composition. If you're listening to it with an untrained ear, it can seem like one song. If you listen to it from awareness, you can tell the difference from the oboe, from the bassoon, the violin, from the cello. If you're miserable and disconnected, there's a clue that you've lost your awareness. It's not a bad thing. And when you've achieved some level of consciousness connection, it doesn't mean that you've never experienced lower emotions. It just means you don't experience them as negative. When I think to myself, I haven't felt this way in years, and I'm feeling other people's feelings, I can feel them feeling powerless over their reality, frustrated and wanting to change, fix, or improve it. I know enough not to act on those feelings, but to ride them out or let them pass through. I'm usually in total agreement with consciousness, so when these things happen that may not be perfect, I don't take them seriously. Consciousness is light, joy, effortlessness, timelessness, space, unity, expansion, abundance, and more. The whole point of being here is to experience the opposite of consciousness, which is really why we experience darkness, sadness, effort, limitations of time and space, individual personalities, loneliness, contraction, lack, and more. When we are aware, we experience these things as fun and creative and as a challenge. It doesn't seem so hard when you see it as a game. When you're awake, you can understand that it is all consciousness, even the parts that feel unconscious, and that we all are consciousness, even when we seem so separate. Someone who loves rock climbing, for instance, will look at a sheer rock face and get really excited. Someone sitting their lazy boy coming across a rock climbing program while channel surfing will think they're insane. When you start seeing your life from awareness, unconsciousness fades away. It takes practice because the pull of the collective is strong, but life is so much more fun when you're awake. At this point, I usually give suggestions for navigating from awareness, and today I feel like a broken record. Isn't that a dated term? Be aware of your thoughts and feelings. Let the ones that aren't yours flow back to whomever they came from. The ones that are from your body, hungry, angry, sleepy, tired, comfort by being responded to. Nurture and care for yourself. Reframe the ones from habitual negative thinking, anything invalidating, saying you're not capable, and then turn them around, put them in perspective, or laugh at the ridiculousness. Try this whenever you think of it this week and see what happens. And let me know in a comment below because I love to read your comments. And so this is really great because there is so much unconsciousness in the world today, and it really is about operating more as consciousness. And so you can try any of these things and will really improve your life. So if you like these videos, please click the like button and also please subscribe. And that way you're telling YouTube to share this far and wide and get this information out to people who really need to see it. If you'd like a free consciousness technique, click on the link below to the Skybox technique. It'll give you an expanded perspective of your life and how to see things as consciousness. If you'd like some manifestation techniques, I have a self-study course called Manifesting Money and Miracles. You'll learn how to embody different frequencies that'll create internal changes that result in complete transformation of your external reality. And if you want to know more, my website is joan-newcomb.com. There you can learn about my individual sessions where I take a look at the essence of who you are and what's going on in your life today. And then I can answer any questions that you might have, whether it's about your future, about relationships, about your job, if you're planning on making changes, like if you're planning on moving, if you have a deceased loved one, I can talk to dead people, and it's all recorded just for you. And if you want to know how to do this for yourself, my self-study course, Manifesting Money and Miracles, is a great preparation for my coaching special where I work with you one-on-one and give you specifically chosen consciousness techniques for you to transform your life. So you can find out about that at my website, joan-newcomb.com, and I'll see you tomorrow in another Morning Musings.